The Man of Steel is about to become a man reborn under James Gunn, but who's the right Superman for the job after Henry Cavill? Let's find out. Based on looks, sex appeal, and the ability to beef up, Elvis star Austin Butler seems like a shoo-in to play the young Clark Kent. The all-American actor has proven that he's willing to do whatever it takes for a role, with his intense training for Baz Luhrmann's latest, and photos of him as the King aren't really that far off from what he might look like as Superman. His hair is even almost doing the perfect little curly cue. At 31, Butler is probably on the upper end of the age range for actors playing a young Clark Kent, but it's not unreasonable if he's playing the character just after he graduated from journalism school and is freshly starting out at the Daily Planet. Butler would be a great post-college Kent, and he more than has the chops to play the Superman and Kal-El aspects of the character. Butler has worked with some of the biggest, most creative directors of our time, including Quentin Tarantino, Kevin Smith, and Jim Jarmusch. Plus, he has experience with the DC Universe from his time on the CW series Arrow. Teaming with Gunn and playing Superman just seems like the logical next step for this rising star.
I've always wanted to fly fast. Faster than the speed of light to the rock of eternity.
Whoever plays this younger Clark Kent is going to have a warm kind of earnestness about them, and Skyler Gisondo fits the bill. The actor, who caught our attention as wayward son Gideon Gemstone on The Righteous Gemstones, has the kind of corn-fed Kansas look that young Superman needs. Plus, he's a fantastic performer with practice at playing layered characters. As Gideon, he pretends to be a reformed and well-behaved Christian boy, despite being quite the opposite, and it's fun to see elements of each part of his personality play against one another. That kind of take could easily be applied to young Clark Kent as he starts working at the Daily Planet, hiding his interstellar heritage and true nature from everyone around him. The Righteous Gemstones was created by Jody Hill, who directed an episode of Peacemaker for Gunn, so it's entirely possible that Gisondo and Gunn have crossed paths in some way behind the scenes. Working together to bring a new Superman story to life, they could be brilliant.
On my world, it means hope.
If Gunn is looking to cast pure, unadulterated beefcake, then he should look no further than Stranger Things star Dacre Montgomery, who played the ill-fated Billy. While Billy is about as far from Clark Kent as you can get character-wise, Montgomery has the chiseled jaw and perfected physique to be a very believable Kryptonian. He also has experience when it comes to performing in a superhero-ish franchise, as he starred as Jason, the Red Ranger, in the 2017 Power Rangers movie. The film also starred Gunn collaborator Elizabeth Banks, who could play a fantastic Martha Kent if she wanted. As an Australian actor, Montgomery doesn't quite fit the all-American mold of Superman, but then again, Henry Cavill is British. Fans would be curious to see what Montgomery can do with a big, juicy role, and there's a lot to chew on with young Clark Kent. Just picture him with some thick glasses and the black hair. There are many actors who could theoretically play Clark Kent, but the absolute best tactic might be to hire someone that isn't really a known name. Christopher Reeve was mostly a theater actor working off-Broadway when Richard Donner cast him in Superman back in 1978. He was relatively unknown, especially compared to some of the other actors he was competing against for the role, such as Sylvester Stallone. But that worked well for the character, who was supposed to be a superpowered alien pretending to be a wholesome middle American journalist out of his depth in the big city. Instead of looking at the screen and seeing a movie star, audiences looked at the screen and saw Superman, and the character and actor became totally synonymous with one another for years. Picking someone who has worked in theater, abroad, or in independent films but hasn't quite made the jump to big blockbuster fare could be the best move for everyone.